Summary and Case Study of The Secret of Success by William Walker Atkinson. Short summary. The secret of success by focusing on the inner power of the individual. Atkinson argues that true success comes not from following external rules, but from developing and expressing one's unique individuality, or the I. He encourages readers to recognize and cultivate their latent mental and physical powers through self-awareness, desire, and the law of attraction. He stresses the importance of spiritedness, enthusiasm, self-respect, and self-control as key components of a successful and attractive personality. Ultimately, the author emphasizes that while external guidance can be helpful, the true path to success lies in discovering and harnessing the power within oneself. Introduction. Atkinson offer a compelling narrative about the true secret of success, emphasizing that it doesn't lie in following a set of predefined rules but in unlocking and expressing one's individuality. The author argues that each individual possesses a unique inner self, the I, that holds immense potential waiting to be unleashed. Atkinson rejects the notion of seeking success through mimicking others, comparing those who blindly follow popular trends to sheep led by a bellwether. True success, according to the author, comes from recognizing and nurturing one's own unique qualities and expressing them authentically. Examples of spiritedness. Atkinson illustrate the power of individuality, or what they call spiritedness, through several captivating examples. 1. Oliver Wendell Holmes's depiction of a clash between two men. Epstein. This story vividly captures the mental struggle between two individuals, highlighting how the victor isn't determined by physical strength but by the expression of inner strength and will. 2. Bishop Hugo of Lincoln's encounters with King Richard and King Henry. Epstein. These historical accounts demonstrate the power of unwavering self-belief and courage in the face of powerful opposition. Bishop Hugo, despite facing the wrath of kings, stood his ground and emerged victorious through his unwavering spirit. 3. The tale of the shipwrecked sailor. Epstein. This story recounts the incredible perseverance of a sailor who fought against all odds to survive a shipwreck. Despite facing seemingly insurmountable challenges, the sailor refused to give up, exemplifying the true spirit of a fighter. Atkinson emphasized that spiritedness is not about aggression or dominance but about the expression of one's authentic self, that inner I that holds the key to unlocking true potential. It is about tapping into that inner reservoir of strength and will that allows one to face challenges head-on and ultimately achieve success. Here is a summary of each chapter. Chapter 1, The Secret of Success. Atkinson start by introducing the concept of success and the author's hesitation to write about it because so much has already been written. The author then proposes that the true secret of success lies within each individual and that it is not a set of rules but the expression of individuality. The author emphasizes the importance of individuality in achieving success and how it cannot be achieved by following any set plan. Atkinson opened with a discussion of success and the author's initial reluctance to write about a topic seemingly saturated with cliched advice and empty promises. Instead of offering a prescriptive formula for success, the author proposes a different perspective. The secret lies not in external rules or strategies, but in the individual's unique inner potential. This inherent capacity for success is not found in mimicking the actions of others, but in embracing and expressing one's individuality, the author argues. Atkinson cautioned against blindly following the crowd, comparing such behavior to a flock of sheep passively following a leader. This analogy serves to highlight the danger of neglecting one's own unique qualities and potential in favor of conforming to external expectations or trends. Atkinson then shifts to the central theme of Atkinson: individuality is the true key to success. The author posits that every person possesses a distinct something within that, when awakened and expressed, becomes the driving force behind their achievements. This something within is not a mystical force or a supernatural gift, but rather the inherent potential and unique qualities that reside within each individual. It is the source of creativity, innovation, and the ability to overcome challenges and achieve remarkable things. Atkinson concludes by emphasizing that true success is not a one-size-fits-all formula, but a journey of self-discovery and expression. It's about recognizing and nurturing one's unique talents and abilities, and then boldly expressing them in the world. The author encourages readers to move beyond the limitations of conventional wisdom and instead, to embrace their individuality as the foundation for achieving true and lasting success. While Chapter 1, The Secret of Success, sets the stage for the book's exploration of individuality, it doesn't offer specific examples in the way later chapters do. Instead, Atkinson focuses on establishing the foundational concept that true success stems from recognizing and expressing one's unique I rather than adhering to external rules or mimicking others. Here are 5 key points. 1. Hesitation and a different approach. The author begins by expressing hesitation to write about success because of the abundance of existing material, often filled with platitudinous wordiness. This sets the tone for a departure from conventional success literature, suggesting a focus on internal qualities rather than external strategies. 2. The something within. The author proposes that there is a something within each individual that holds the true secret to success. This something within is not explicitly defined but is implied to be the individual's unique potential and innate capacity for achievement. 3. Rejecting the bellwether mentality. Atkinson criticizes the tendency to blindly follow others in the pursuit of success, comparing such individuals to sheep following a bellwether. This analogy emphasizes the importance of developing one's own path rather than conforming to popular trends or seeking external validation. 4. Individuality as the path to success. Atkinson directly states that each and every person must work out his own success along the lines of his own individuality rather than by following any set rule or line of conduct. This statement clearly positions individuality as the cornerstone of achieving true success. 5. The importance of expression. Chapter 1 suggests that recognizing one's individuality is not enough, it must be expressed and acted upon. The author encourages readers to unfold and express their unique something within to achieve true success. Chapter 2, The Individual. Discovering the true I, unveiling the individual behind the mask. Atkinson embarks on a journey of self-discovery, guiding the reader towards a deeper understanding of the I, the true self that resides within each individual. Atkinson begins by drawing a clear distinction between I and the me. The me is presented as the personality, the outer shell that we present to the world, comprised of various elements that are ultimately tools or instruments of the true self. Atkinson then embarks on a detailed examination of these components of the me, starting with the physical body. While many mistakenly identify their body as the I, Atkinson argues that the body is simply a material vessel, a tool through which the I interacts with the physical world. Atkinson highlights the fact that one can be acutely aware of their I even when they are not conscious of their body, pointing to near-death experiences or moments of deep meditation as examples. This suggests that the I is distinct from and independent of the physical body. Next, Atkinson turned their attention to vital energy or life force. This energy is recognized as essential for animating the body but is also identified as an instrument of the I, a tool rather than the essence of the self. Atkinson emphasized the transient nature of vital energy, subject to change and ultimately fading away, further solidifying the idea that it is not the true I. Finally, Atkinson examined the mind, a complex and multifaceted aspect of the me. While the mind plays a crucial role in our thoughts, feelings, and experiences, Atkinson argued that it, too, is not the true I. Atkinson pointed out the fluctuating nature of our mental states. Our emotions change, our thoughts are often inconsistent, and our ideas are subject to external influences. This suggests that there must be something behind these mental phenomena, something that observes and experiences them, a deeper self that uses the mind as a tool for understanding and navigating the world. Atkinson culminates with a powerful analogy, comparing the personality to a mask worn by actors in ancient times. Atkinson explained that the Latin word persona originally meant mask, highlighting the performative aspect of our outward personality. The personality, then, is presented as the role we play in the grand drama of life, the outward expression of our inner self. Atkinson ultimately emphasized the importance of recognizing the I as the core of our being, the source of our true power and potential. It is through the realization of this true self, the I that stands apart from the fluctuating states of the mind and body, that we can access the power of individuality and begin to express our authentic selves in the world. 5 illustrations of I versus the me. 1. The body is a tool, not the self. Imagine a skilled carpenter meticulously crafting a piece of furniture. The tools he uses, the saw, the hammer, the chisel, are essential to his work, but they are not the carpenter himself. Similarly, Atkinson explained, our body is a tool that allows us to interact with the physical world, but it is not the essence of who we are. The I exists independently of the body and can even be vividly conscious of itself while the body is asleep or unconscious. 2. Vital energy, a transient force. Picture a flowing river, its currents constantly shifting and changing. The water is essential for the river's existence, but it is not the river itself. In the same way, Atkinson described vital energy, or life force, as a dynamic and ever-changing element that animates the body but is ultimately a tool used by the I. The I is not dependent on this energy, as evidenced by the fact that the body can continue to exist for a time after the I has departed. 3. The mind, a stage for mental phenomena. Imagine a stage upon which a play is being performed. The actors, the scenery, the dialogue all contribute to the unfolding drama, but they are not the playwright who conceived the story. Atkinson suggests that our mind is like this stage, a platform where thoughts, feelings, and sensations arise and interact. The I is the silent observer, the consciousness that witnesses these mental phenomena, not the phenomena themselves. 4. The mask of personality. Picture a masked ball, where guests don elaborate costumes and conceal their identities behind carefully crafted facades. Atkinson explained that our personality is like this mask, a constructed persona that we present to the world. This mask is comprised of our habits, behaviors, beliefs, and social roles, all of which can change over time and depending on the situation. The true I remains hidden behind this outward appearance, the constant and unchanging essence of our being. 5. A poetic declaration of the I. Atkinson cites a poem that encapsulates the enduring nature of the I in contrast to the transient aspects of our existence. The poem speaks of the I as the soul of man, a timeless entity that witnesses the cyclical dance of day and night, the ebb and flow of time, and the rise and fall of empires. This poetic expression emphasizes the enduring and unchanging nature of the I in the face of the ever-changing world around us. Chapter 3, Spiritedness. Igniting the inner fire, spiritedness as a force for success. Atkinson shifts the focus from the conceptual understanding of the I to the expression of a powerful inner quality, spiritedness. This chapter reframes the concept of spirit not as an ethereal or otherworldly entity, but as a vital force that fuels individual success. Atkinson defines spiritedness as an animating energy, an expression of life force that imbues individuals with courage, enthusiasm, and the drive to achieve. Atkinson emphasizes that spiritedness is not dependent on external factors like social status, education, or refinement. It is a primal force, an instinctive recognition of one's inner power, a quality that can be observed even in the animal kingdom. Atkinson cites examples of animal hierarchies, where dominance is not determined by physical strength alone but by a subtle expression of inner strength and willpower. Atkinson then explores how spiritedness plays out in human interactions. Atkinson describes a kind of mental struggle that occurs when two individuals meet, a subtle clash of wills where one emerges as the leader, not through physical force or verbal sparring, but through the projection of this inner quality. This silent battle highlights the power of spiritedness as a force that influences and shapes social dynamics. Several examples are offered to illustrate the impact of spiritedness in various situations. The confrontation between Bishop Hugo of Lincoln and King Richard the Lionhearted serves as a dramatic example of how spiritedness can overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. Bishop Hugo, despite facing a notoriously volatile and powerful king, maintained his composure and asserted his authority, ultimately winning the king's respect and acquiescence. This historical anecdote underscores the power of spiritedness as a force that can influence even the most powerful individuals. Atkinson further connects spiritedness with concepts like nerve, metal, and sand, highlighting the inherent strength and resilience associated with this quality. Atkinson draws a parallel between physical and mental second wind, suggesting that individuals can tap into a reserve of inner strength and energy when faced with challenging circumstances. Atkinson ultimately frames spiritedness as a key ingredient for success, a vital force that fuels perseverance, inspires confidence, and attracts opportunities. It is this inner fire, this unwavering belief in oneself and one's capabilities, that empowers individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. Demonstrating spiritedness, 5 vignettes of inner strength. 1. A silent clash of wills. Atkinson describes a scenario where two individuals meet, and a subtle mental struggle ensues. Imagine two businessmen negotiating a deal. No harsh words are exchanged, but a silent battle of wills plays out through intense gazes and subtle shifts in posture. This unspoken contest exemplifies how spiritedness, even without overt aggression, can determine who takes the lead in an interaction. One individual's inner strength and self-assurance can subtly influence the other, leading to an unspoken acknowledgement of dominance. 2. Taming the Lionheart. Atkinson offers a compelling historical example of spiritedness in action, the encounter between Bishop Hugo of Lincoln and King Richard the Lionheart. Richard, known for his fiery temper and formidable presence, demands funds from his bishops. When Hugo refuses, citing legal grounds, a tense confrontation ensues. Picture the scene: a grand hall, the king seated on his throne, surrounded by courtiers. Hugo, despite the palpable tension, confidently approaches the king and demands a kiss of peace. Richard, enraged, refuses. But Hugo, undeterred, persists, even shaking the king's shoulder. Eventually, Richard, seemingly disarmed by Hugo's unwavering resolve, concedes. This dramatic account vividly illustrates how spiritedness, even in the face of overwhelming power, can triumph through sheer force of will and unwavering self-belief. 3. The mettle of a racehorse. Atkinson draws a parallel between human spiritedness and the spirit of a thoroughbred racehorse. Imagine two horses of equal physical prowess lining up at the starting gate. One horse, however, possesses an intangible quality, a fiery spirit, an eagerness to compete. This horse, even if slightly outmatched physically, might outperform its competitor due to its inner drive. This analogy highlights how spiritedness can act as a hidden advantage, providing an extra edge in competitive situations. 4. The quiet power beneath the surface. Atkinson emphasized that spiritedness does not always manifest as outward aggression or dominance. It can also present as a quiet yet unwavering strength. Imagine a seemingly mild-mannered individual who consistently stands up for their principles, calmly but firmly voicing their opinions even when faced with opposition. This subtle yet persistent expression of inner conviction demonstrates how spiritedness can be a powerful force for change without resorting to loud pronouncements or forceful tactics. 5. Heathcliff, a literary embodiment of willpower. Atkinson cites Emily Bronte's character Heathcliff as a fictional representation of raw, untamed willpower. Although a girl's conception of a strong man, Heathcliff embodies a certain primal forcefulness. While this particular example might be debatable in terms of representing positive spiritedness, it serves to illustrate the impact of unwavering will and determination, albeit in a more volatile and less refined form. Chapter 4. Latent Powers. Unlocking the giant within, tapping into latent powers. Atkinson expands upon the concept of spiritedness, exploring the idea that humans possess a vast reservoir of untapped mental energy and abilities, latent powers that, once awakened, can propel individuals toward extraordinary achievements. Atkinson draws a parallel between physical and mental reserves, using the familiar experience of second wind to illustrate the concept. Just as athletes push past initial fatigue to access a renewed burst of physical energy, Atkinson suggests that we can tap into mental reserves far beyond our everyday capacity. Atkinson challenges the notion that we are operating at our full potential, suggesting that most of us are living in a state of first-wind mentality. Behind this everyday awareness lies a realm of untapped mental resources, waiting to be activated. Atkinson emphasized that the key to unlocking these latent powers lies in harnessing the forces of desire, interest, and incentive. These motivational forces act as the fuel that ignites the will and propels individuals towards greater accomplishments. Atkinson suggests that we often underestimate our own capabilities because we lack the burning desire or compelling incentive to reach beyond our perceived limits. Atkinson used the analogy of an elephant, unknowingly controlled by a weak handler, to illustrate this point. The elephant, unaware of its own immense strength, submits to the commands of a far less powerful being. Similarly, humans, often blind to their own potential, fail to tap into the vast reserves of power within. Atkinson then focuses on the role of will in accessing and directing these latent powers. Will is presented not merely as determination or persistence, but as a dynamic force, a vital power of the mind that can be cultivated and trained to harness the full spectrum of mental faculties. Atkinson used the analogy of a trolley car, its upraised pole connecting to a live wire of willpower. The power resides in the wire, always accessible, but the individual must consciously choose to connect and tap into that energy source. Building upon this analogy, Atkinson emphasized the importance of cultivating and directing desire as a means of channeling willpower effectively. Desire, like the tracks laid out for the trolley car, provides direction and purpose for the will to follow. By cultivating specific desires, individuals create pathways for their will to flow, transforming abstract potential into concrete action and achievement. Atkinson concludes by highlighting historical figures and literary quotations that exemplify the power of a cultivated will. From inventors and industrialists to writers and statesmen, Atkinson showcases individuals who have harnessed the force of will to overcome obstacles, break through limitations, and achieve remarkable feats. Atkinson ultimately aims to inspire readers to recognize and tap into their own latent powers, transforming from passive observers to active creators of their own success. Illustrating latent powers, 5 examples. Chapter 4 of Atkinson presents the concept of latent powers, suggesting that individuals possess a vast reservoir of untapped potential waiting to be activated. Atkinson uses various examples and analogies to convey this idea. Here are 5 examples that demonstrate the concept of latent powers. 1. The power of second wind. Imagine a runner participating in a marathon. As they approach the halfway point, their legs ache, their breath grows labored, and exhaustion sets in. They feel like giving up. But then, something shifts. They push through the pain, and suddenly, a renewed burst of energy courses through them. Their stride becomes lighter, their breathing steadies, and they find a new reserve of strength to continue. This experience, known as second wind, serves as a powerful metaphor for accessing latent powers. Atkinson suggests that just as we have physical reserves, we also have untapped mental reserves waiting to be activated. 2. The elephant and the handler. Picture a massive elephant, capable of incredible feats of strength, dutifully following the commands of a small, relatively weak handler. The elephant, unaware of its own power, submits to the guidance of a far less capable being. This scenario illustrates how humans, often blinded by limiting beliefs and unaware of their own potential, fail to tap into the vast reserves of power within themselves. Atkinson suggests that we, like the unaware elephant, are capable of far more than we realize. 3. The trolley car analogy. Atkinson used the analogy of a trolley car to illustrate the role of will in accessing latent powers. Imagine a trolley car, its upraised pole poised to connect with a live wire that carries a powerful current of energy. The power is always present in the wire, but the trolley car can only access and utilize that power when the connection is made. Similarly, Atkinson suggests that individuals possess the potential for great power, the live wire of will. However, this power remains dormant until consciously activated and directed through focused effort. 4. The untapped mental storehouse. Imagine a vast warehouse, filled with boxes containing valuable tools, resources, and materials. The doors remain locked, and the contents remain unused, their potential untapped. Atkinson suggests that our minds are similar to this warehouse, containing a vast storehouse of mental faculties, abilities, and creative potential waiting to be unlocked. The key to accessing this mental treasure trove, according to Atkinson, lies in cultivating desire, nurturing interest, and finding a compelling incentive to spark action. 5. The I can and I will consciousness. Atkinson highlights the power of affirmation and self-belief in activating latent powers. Instead of succumbing to limitations and negative self-talk, Atkinson encourages individuals to embrace an I can and I will mentality. This affirmation, according to Atkinson, acts as a catalyst, sparking the will into action and propelling individuals toward greater accomplishment. By consciously choosing to believe in their own capabilities, individuals can tap into their latent potential and achieve what might have seemed impossible. These 5 examples, through metaphor and analogy, illuminate the core concept of Chapter 4, that individuals possess a wealth of untapped power and potential waiting to be accessed and directed. Atkinson encouraged readers to recognize this inner power, cultivate the desire to utilize it, and actively engage the will to unlock the giant within. Chapter 5, Soul Force. Igniting the inner fire, harnessing the power of enthusiasm. Atkinson introduces the concept of soul force, a potent energy source residing within each individual, waiting to be unleashed and channeled toward achieving success. Atkinson equate this soul force with enthusiasm, which they describe as a powerful mental state fueled by inspiration and intense interest. Atkinson emphasizes that genuine enthusiasm acts as a conduit, tapping into the depths of one's inner consciousness and radiating an infectious energy that can influence and inspire others. Atkinson delves into the etymology of the word enthusiasm, tracing its roots back to the Greek term for being inspired or possessed by the gods. This origin story highlights the transformative power of enthusiasm, suggesting that it elevates individuals beyond their ordinary capabilities, connecting them to a higher source of energy and motivation. Atkinson emphasized that true enthusiasm is not merely fleeting excitement but a deep-seated, sustained fervor that ignites action and drives individuals towards their goals with unwavering commitment. Atkinson challenges the notion that enthusiasm is a rare trait possessed by a select few. Instead, it argues that everyone has the potential for enthusiasm, but many fail to cultivate and express it. Atkinson compares this untapped enthusiasm to steam within an engine, a powerful force that remains dormant until the fires of interest and desire are kindled. They encourage individuals to actively nurture their interests, cultivate a passion for their pursuits, and stoke the inner flames that generate the steam of enthusiasm. Atkinson further emphasizes the contagious nature of enthusiasm. Like a magnet, an enthusiastic individual radiates an attractive force, drawing others into their sphere of influence and inspiring them to share in their passion. Atkinson highlights the importance of enthusiasm in personal interactions, particularly in sales and leadership roles. An enthusiastic individual exudes a vibrant energy that captures attention, builds rapport, and motivates others to action. Atkinson concludes by linking enthusiasm to the concept of doing one's best. Drawing upon a poignant anecdote about a young man who heroically saved lives during a storm, Atkinson emphasized that genuine enthusiasm fuels a deep-seated commitment to excellence. This commitment transcends external measures of success, focusing instead on maximizing one's efforts and striving to reach one's full potential in any given situation. Atkinson leaves readers with a powerful message, that by cultivating enthusiasm, individuals can unlock their inner fire, inspire others, and achieve remarkable feats while living a life filled with purpose and meaning. Demonstrating the power of enthusiasm, 5 examples. 1. The etymology of enthusiasm. Atkinson traced the origin of the word enthusiasm back to the Greek term meaning to be inspired or possessed by the gods. This origin story illustrates that the concept of enthusiasm is not simply about fleeting excitement, rather, it suggests a connection to a higher power, an almost divine inspiration that elevates individuals to achieve extraordinary things. 2. Enthusiasm as contagious energy. Imagine a room full of people listening to a speaker. The speaker is dry, monotone, and lacks energy. The audience grows restless, bored, and inattentive. Now, imagine a different scenario. The speaker is passionate, animated, and speaks with conviction and excitement. The audience leans forward, captivated, energized, and inspired by the speaker's enthusiasm. This scenario illustrates the contagious nature of enthusiasm. 3. The damp cellar salesperson. Imagine a salesperson approaching a potential customer with a lackluster attitude, little eye contact, and a monotone voice, conveying a sense of disinterest and indifference. The customer is likely to feel uninspired, unengaged, and unlikely to make a purchase. Now, imagine a different salesperson. This salesperson is brimming with enthusiasm, genuinely interested in the customer's needs, and passionate about the product they are selling. The customer is more likely to feel excited, valued, and inclined to buy. This example highlights the importance of enthusiasm in interpersonal interactions, particularly in sales, where genuine enthusiasm can make all the difference in winning over a customer. 4. The actor's craft. Actors often portray characters experiencing intense emotions, joy, sorrow, anger, love. However, Atkinson suggests that the most effective actors are not necessarily feeling those emotions authentically in the moment of performance. Instead, they have mastered the art of recalling and embodying the emotions they have previously experienced and practiced. This ability to channel genuine emotion, even in a simulated form, allows them to convincingly portray characters and captivate their audience. Atkinson suggests that this technique can be applied to cultivating enthusiasm in everyday life. By practicing and embodying the feeling of enthusiasm, even if initially simulated, individuals can make it a more natural and genuine part of their personality. 5. The "Did I do my best" standard. Atkinson shares a story of a young man who heroically saved multiple lives during a storm, only to succumb to exhaustion himself. When he regained consciousness, his first words were, "Boys, did I do my best?" This question, Atkinson argues, is a testament to the power of enthusiasm to drive individuals to push their limits and strive for excellence, even in the face of adversity. The young man's unwavering commitment to doing his best, fueled by his enthusiasm for helping others, ultimately led him to achieve a remarkable feat of courage and selflessness. Chapter 6. The Power of Desire. Unleashing the driving force, the power of desire. Atkinson explores the concept of desire as a potent force shaping human action and driving achievement. Atkinson acknowledged the often negative connotations associated with desire, particularly its connection to unhealthy cravings and insatiable wants. However, Atkinson encourages a re-examination of desire, emphasizing its essential role as the motivating force behind all human endeavors, both positive and negative. Atkinson argued that without desire, the will remains dormant, and nothing of significance is accomplished. They assert that even the most noble aspirations and achievements are ultimately fueled by desire, acting as the igniting spark that sets the will into motion. Atkinson challenges the common perception of desire as something to be suppressed or eradicated, highlighting instead its potential as a powerful tool for personal growth and accomplishment. Atkinson cautioned against becoming enslaved by unchecked desires, comparing them to a raging fire that can consume and destroy. They emphasize the importance of mastering one's desires rather than allowing them to dictate actions and choices. Atkinson underscores the concept of conscious desire cultivation, suggesting that individuals can harness the power of desire by consciously choosing which desires to nurture and which to redirect. Atkinson introduces a step-by-step process for harnessing the power of desire. Clarify your objectives. Identify the specific goals and aspirations you wish to achieve. Conduct a personal inventory. Assess your strengths, weaknesses, and resources to determine what you need to develop or acquire to achieve your objectives. Analyze the task. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps to gain a clearer understanding of the required actions. Create the mental image. Form a vivid mental picture of the desired outcome, focusing on the details and qualities you wish to manifest. Cultivate focused attention. Direct your attention consistently towards the mental image, imprinting it upon your mind and strengthening its influence. Nurture ardent desire. Cultivate a burning desire, a deep longing for the realization of your mental image. Demand materialization. With unwavering confidence, demand that your mental image materialize into objective reality, believing wholeheartedly in its eventual manifestation. Atkinson emphasized the importance of persistence and intensity in cultivating desire, urging individuals to want it hard enough. They suggest that by harnessing the raw power of desire, individuals can tap into the creative forces of the universe and draw to themselves the people, resources, and circumstances necessary for their success. Atkinson concludes by connecting desire to the law of attraction, the principle that like attracts like. Just as positive desires can attract positive outcomes, Atkinson cautioned that fear, a form of negative desire, can attract unwanted experiences. They urge readers to replace fear with a positive mental attitude, focusing on what they want to attract rather than what they fear. Atkinson, ultimately, presents a compelling case for the transformative power of desire. It challenges readers to embrace desire as a driving force, to master its energy, and to channel its power toward achieving their goals and fulfilling their potential. The force of desire, 5 examples. 1. Desire as the engine of action. Imagine a world devoid of desire. People would lack the motivation to work, create, or strive for anything beyond basic survival. Societies would stagnate, and progress would halt. This scenario, while hypothetical, illustrates the essential role of desire as the motivating force behind all human activity. It's the engine that propels us forward, fueling our efforts to achieve, acquire, and experience. 2. The taming of desire. Atkinson compared desire to fire, acknowledging its potential for both creation and destruction. An uncontrolled fire can rage out of control, consuming everything in its path. Similarly, unchecked desires can lead individuals down destructive paths, resulting in addiction, obsession, and harmful behaviors. However, just as fire can be harnessed for warmth, cooking, and light, desire, when properly managed, can be a powerful tool for personal growth and achievement. Atkinson stressed the importance of mastering one's desires, learning to control and direct them towards worthy goals. 3. Creating desire. The case of the reluctant student. Imagine a student who feels no desire to study a particular subject. They find it boring, difficult, or irrelevant to their interests. However, external factors, such as a required course or an upcoming exam, necessitate engagement with the material. Atkinson suggests that even in such cases, desire can be cultivated. By focusing on the benefits of mastering the subject, such as improved grades, expanded knowledge, or potential career opportunities, the student can begin to shift their perspective and generate a desire to learn. This example demonstrates that desire is not always innate or spontaneous, it can be consciously cultivated and directed. 4. Desire and the law of attraction. Atkinson emphasized the connection between desire and the law of attraction, the principle that like attracts like. They suggest that by focusing intently on a desired outcome, individuals can harness the power of desire to draw to themselves the people, resources, and circumstances necessary for its manifestation. This concept is illustrated in countless success stories, where individuals with unwavering belief and burning desire have overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles to achieve their goals. 5. Fear is the antithesis of desire. Atkinson contrasts desire with fear, highlighting fear as a form of negative desire that can hinder success. Just as positive desires can attract positive outcomes, fear can attract unwanted experiences. Atkinson urged individuals to identify and address their fears, replacing them with positive affirmations and visualizations of desired outcomes. They emphasize the importance of maintaining a positive mental attitude, focusing on what one wants to attract rather than what one fears. Chapter 7. The Law of Attraction. Understanding the Law of Attraction. Atkinson explores the fascinating concept of the law of attraction, a fundamental principle that governs the interaction of all things, from the smallest particles of matter to the grandest human endeavors. Atkinson presents this law as a universal force operating on all planes of existence, physical, mental, and spiritual. The underlying idea is that like attracts like, meaning that thoughts, emotions, and beliefs tend to attract corresponding experiences and circumstances. Atkinson draws a compelling parallel between the behavior of atoms and molecules and the experiences of humans. Just as atoms with specific affinities combine to form molecules, individuals are drawn to people, circumstances, and opportunities that resonate with their dominant thoughts and desires. This concept is not presented as magic or mysticism, rather, it's framed as a natural law akin to gravity, consistently operating regardless of awareness or belief. Atkinson illustrates the law of attraction using the example of chemical affinity, explaining how atoms with specific properties attract each other while repelling others. This attraction leads to the formation of molecules, the building blocks of all matter. This same principle, Atkinson argues, applies to human experiences. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs act as energetic vibrations, attracting corresponding vibrations from the external world. To illustrate this concept further, Atkinson cites Professor H.K.L., a renowned scientist, who, despite his materialist leanings, acknowledges the existence of something akin to desire and will within atoms. This suggests that even at the most fundamental level of existence, there exists a force driving attraction and combination, supporting the idea that desire is a fundamental force in the universe. Atkinson emphasized the importance of harnessing the law of attraction by cultivating positive desires and holding clear mental images of desired outcomes. By focusing on what we want and radiating positive energy, we can attract corresponding experiences and opportunities. Conversely, dwelling on fear and negativity can attract unwanted circumstances. Atkinson underscores the interconnectedness of individuals within the grand tapestry of life. It suggests that we are not isolated beings but rather participants in a vast web of energy, constantly influencing and being influenced by the thoughts, emotions, and actions of others. This interconnectedness highlights the importance of cultivating positive mental states and radiating positive energy, as our vibrations contribute to the collective energy field and can influence the experiences of those around us. Atkinson emphasizes the importance of desire as the driving force behind the law of attraction. It suggests that desire acts as a magnet, drawing to us the people, resources, and opportunities aligned with our goals and aspirations. The stronger and clearer the desire, the greater its attractive power. This underscores the importance of clarity of vision and unwavering belief in the pursuit of success. Examples of the law of attraction in action. Atkinson uses several examples to illustrate how the law of attraction operates in the world. Here are 5 notable instances. 1. The dance of atoms and molecules. Atkinson began by examining the behavior of atoms and molecules to show how the law of attraction works at a fundamental level. Atoms, the basic building blocks of matter, exhibit different levels of affinity for each other. This attraction, referred to as chemical affinity, causes atoms to combine and form molecules, which in turn make up all physical substances. For instance, a water molecule is always formed by the union of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, attracted to each other in a specific, unchanging arrangement. This consistent pattern across countless molecules points to a guiding force beyond random chance. Atkinson suggests this force is the law of attraction, operating based on the inherent properties and affinities within each atom. 2. Human desire mirroring atomic attraction. Building on the atomic example, Atkinson proposed that the law of attraction operates similarly in human experiences. Just as atoms are drawn together based on their properties, individuals attract people, circumstances, and opportunities that resonate with their dominant thoughts, desires, and beliefs. This concept suggests a dynamic interplay between our inner world and the external reality, where our thoughts act as energetic magnets, drawing to us experiences that match their vibrational frequency. 3. Desire as a magnet. Atkinson go on to explicitly describe desire as a powerful force that sets the law of attraction into motion. Desire, they argue, acts as a magnet, pulling towards us the things we focus on and long for. This concept explains why individuals who hold a clear vision and cultivate a strong desire for a specific outcome often find that circumstances seem to align in their favor, seemingly attracting the resources, connections, and opportunities needed to achieve their goals. 4. Fear is a negative attractor. While desire attracts what we want, fear, Atkinson caution, can attract what we don't want. Fear is presented as the negative pole of desire, operating under the same principles of attraction. When we harbor fears and anxieties, we inadvertently focus our attention on those negative possibilities, increasing the likelihood of manifesting them in our reality. This concept highlights the importance of recognizing and addressing our fears, consciously choosing to shift our focus towards desired outcomes. 5. Mental induction and magnetism. Atkinson touches upon the concept of personal magnetism, suggesting that individuals with strong desire and enthusiasm can influence others through mental induction. This phenomenon, explored further in Chapter 8, occurs when one person's strong mental state induces a similar state in another person. This process, akin to magnetic fields influencing each other, is fueled by the intensity of the magnetic individual's desires and beliefs, further illustrating the law of attraction at work in interpersonal dynamics. Chapter 8: Personal Magnetism. The Art and Science of Personal Magnetism. Atkinson explores the intriguing concept of personal magnetism, a quality that enables certain individuals to exert a compelling influence on others, inspiring agreement, cooperation, and even admiration. Atkinson approached this topic from a practical perspective, suggesting that personal magnetism is not some mystical gift bestowed upon a select few but rather a skill that can be cultivated and developed through conscious effort and understanding of psychological principles. Atkinson connected personal magnetism to the law of attraction, suggesting that magnetic individuals radiate a strong and attractive energy that draws others towards them. This energy is rooted in their thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, particularly their enthusiasm and earnestness, which act as powerful magnets, influencing those within their field of influence. One key element of personal magnetism, according to Atkinson, is enthusiasm. Enthusiastic individuals radiate a contagious energy that draws others in. Their passion and excitement for their ideas and endeavors become palpable, inspiring interest and engagement in others. This enthusiasm, however, needs to be genuine and heartfelt, not feigned or superficial. It stems from a deep belief in and commitment to one's pursuits. Another vital component is earnestness, a quality that reflects sincerity and conviction. When combined with enthusiasm, earnestness amplifies the magnetic effect, conveying authenticity and trustworthiness. People are naturally drawn to those who genuinely believe in what they are saying and doing. Atkinson highlights the importance of the emotional element in personal magnetism. They suggest that while logic and reason have their place, it's the ability to connect with others on an emotional level that truly makes one magnetic. People are more likely to be swayed by someone who makes them feel something than by someone who simply presents a cold, intellectual argument. To illustrate this point, Atkinson contrasts the impact of a learned but emotionally detached speaker with that of a less educated but more emotionally expressive individual. The former, despite their knowledge and eloquence, may fail to captivate the audience, while the latter, through their warmth, passion, and genuine connection, can hold the audience's attention and leave a lasting impression. Atkinson offers practical advice for developing personal magnetism, particularly for those who may not naturally possess this quality. They suggest techniques used by actors to cultivate and project specific emotions. By practicing and rehearsing desired emotional states, individuals can create a mental blueprint that can be readily accessed and expressed in social interactions. This repeated acting, Atkinson suggests, can eventually lead to the genuine development of the desired qualities. Furthermore, Atkinson emphasized the importance of self-control, especially in managing anger. Anger is portrayed as a weakness that undermines personal magnetism. The individual who maintains composure in challenging situations projects an aura of strength and control, inspiring confidence and respect in others. In addition to emotional intelligence, Atkinson highlights the significance of personal presentation. A positive and attractive personality involves cultivating cheerfulness, self-respect, and genuine interest in others. They suggest practical steps for developing these qualities, emphasizing the importance of outward appearance, including dress and posture, as reflections of inner states. Ultimately, Chapter 8 presents personal magnetism as a dynamic interplay of inner qualities and outward expressions. By cultivating positive emotions, practicing self-control, and expressing genuine interest in others, individuals can enhance their magnetic appeal and exert a positive influence in their interactions. 5 Tales of Personal Magnetism. 1. The Taming of the Lionheart. This historical anecdote recounts the encounter between Bishop Hugo of Lincoln and King Richard the Lionheart. Despite Richard's formidable reputation for strength and temper, Bishop Hugo boldly confronts him, refusing to back down from his position. Through sheer force of personality and unwavering conviction, Hugo compels Richard to yield, demonstrating that spiritedness and inner strength can triumph even over seemingly overwhelming physical power. 2. The Power of a Steady Gaze. This example, drawn from the writings of Oliver Wendell Holmes, depicts a confrontation between a young Marylander and an enraged sailor. Despite the sailor's physical aggression, the young man's calm, steady gaze and confident demeanor establish his dominance in the situation. This brief but powerful narrative illustrates how mental strength and composure can neutralize physical threats and establish dominance without resorting to physical force. 3. The magnetism of enthusiastic earnestness. Atkinson draw upon the insights of salesmanship expert Walter D. Moody to highlight the role of enthusiasm in personal magnetism. Moody argues that individuals who possess genuine enthusiasm for their ideas or products naturally attract others. Their passion and conviction become infectious, inspiring interest and engagement in those they interact with. This concept emphasizes the importance of aligning one's actions with genuine passion and belief, as this authenticity resonates with others on an emotional level. 4. The actor's art of induced emotion. To demonstrate the power of emotion and personal magnetism, Atkinson turned to the world of acting. Actors, through practice and rehearsal, learn to cultivate and project specific emotions, even if they don't genuinely feel them in the moment. This technique of inducing emotions allows them to connect with the audience on a deeper level, eliciting desired responses. Atkinson suggests that individuals can learn from this technique, practicing and embodying desired emotional states to enhance their personal magnetism. 5. Nathan Shepard's triumph over vocal limitations. This inspiring story showcases the power of willpower and determination in overcoming personal limitations. Nathan Shepard, a renowned public speaker, initially faced significant challenges due to his inadequate vocal abilities. However, through persistent practice, elocution training, and a relentless focus on self-improvement, he transformed his weakness into a strength, becoming a highly sought-after speaker. His story highlights the transformative power of desire and persistent effort in cultivating a magnetic presence. Chapter 9. Attractive Personality. Crafting an attractive personality, more than meets the eye. Atkinson shifts the focus from the magnetic pull of desire and willpower to the outward expression of the self, exploring the concept of cultivating an attractive personality. Atkinson emphasized that while individuality, the true essence of the self, remains paramount, the personality, acting as the outward mask we present to the world, plays a crucial role in our interactions and success in life. Atkinson approached the development of an attractive personality from a practical standpoint, suggesting that it is a skill that can be learned and honed through conscious effort and application of specific principles. They present a toolkit of qualities and behaviors that contribute to a more appealing and influential personality. Radiating cheerfulness. One of the foundational elements of an attractive personality, according to Atkinson, is cheerfulness. A bright, positive disposition acts as a social magnet, drawing people in and creating a more pleasant and engaging atmosphere. Atkinson suggests that cultivating cheerfulness involves making a conscious effort to maintain a positive outlook, focusing on the good and minimizing dwelling on negativity. They highlight the Japanese cultural emphasis on maintaining a cheerful exterior, even in challenging times, recognizing the positive impact it has on both the individual and those around them. Embodying self-respect. Another key component is self-respect, which manifests as confidence and dignity in one's bearing and interactions. Atkinson advocate for cultivating self-respect both internally and externally. Holding oneself in high regard, recognizing one's inherent worth, lays the foundation for a confident demeanor. This inner self-assurance then translates into outward expressions, such as maintaining an erect posture, making direct eye contact, and speaking with a clear, steady voice. Cultivating genuine interest in others. An attractive personality extends beyond mere outward appearances. It involves engaging with others authentically and demonstrating genuine interest in their well-being. Atkinson emphasized the importance of being a good listener, paying attention to what others have to say, and showing empathy for their experiences. They suggest that this genuine interest in others creates a reciprocal dynamic, fostering connection and goodwill. Mastering self-control. Atkinson highlights self-control, particularly in managing anger, as a crucial element of an attractive personality. Anger is portrayed as a weakness that undermines one's credibility and influence. Maintaining composure in challenging situations demonstrates strength and maturity, inspiring respect and trust in others. This self-mastery involves regulating one's emotional responses, avoiding impulsive reactions, and responding to difficult situations with calmness and reason. Honing the power of voice, recognizing the impact of vocal quality on personal presentation, Atkinson advocate for cultivating a pleasant and engaging voice. They emphasize that a well-modulated, resonant voice enhances communication and contributes to a more appealing personality. They encourage individuals to identify a vocal style that aligns with their personality and goals and then practice and refine it through conscious effort, drawing inspiration from the story of Nathan Shepard, who overcame significant vocal limitations to become a successful public speaker. In addition to these core qualities, Atkinson touched upon the importance of personal presentation, including dress and grooming, as outward reflections of inner qualities. They advocate for cleanliness, neatness, and a refined sense of style, emphasizing that a well-groomed appearance enhances one's overall appeal and professionalism. Atkinson culminates with a powerful message: the ability to shape and refine one's personality. Atkinson assert that personality is not fixed but rather malleable, responsive to conscious effort and directed will. They encourage readers to envision the personality they desire to cultivate, create a mental blueprint of their ideal self, and then actively work towards embodying that vision. 5 Stories of Attractive Personalities. Atkinson emphasizes the importance of building an attractive personality for success. While individuality is the true core of a person, the personality, acting as their mask or outward image, plays a vital role in how others perceive them. Here are 5 examples from the source that illustrate the power of an attractive personality in action. 1. The power of cheerfulness. Atkinson point to the Japanese cultural practice of maintaining a cheerful facade regardless of personal struggles. This act of consistently presenting a sunny disposition not only helps to cultivate a more positive internal state but also attracts other cheerful individuals and creates a welcoming atmosphere. This practice exemplifies how consciously projecting cheerfulness can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, influencing both the individual and those around them. 2. Carlyle, the conversationalist. The anecdote of the famously grumpy Thomas Carlyle demonstrates the power of genuine interest in others. A visitor, skilled in the art of listening, engaged Carlyle in a conversation about a topic close to his heart. By listening attentively and allowing Carlyle to speak freely, the visitor transformed the usually gruff man into an enthusiastic conversationalist, so much so that Carlyle was reluctant to see him leave. This story illustrates that showing genuine interest in others' passions and actively listening to their thoughts and ideas can create a strong connection and leave a lasting positive impression. 3. The salesperson's secret weapon. Atkinson highlight the strategy employed by successful salespeople who cultivate a personality that gives customers the feeling of being on their side of the counter. This involves demonstrating genuine concern for the customer's needs, going beyond simply completing a transaction, and creating a sense of partnership and shared interest. By embodying this attitude, salespeople build rapport, inspire trust, and cultivate customer loyalty, leading to greater success in their field. 4. The calm in the storm of anger. Atkinson emphasized the importance of self-control, specifically in managing anger, as a crucial component of an attractive personality. Losing one's temper is portrayed as a weakness that undermines credibility and influence. Atkinson advocate for remaining calm and composed, even when dealing with an angry individual. They suggest that maintaining a steady, low-pitched voice can help to de-escalate the situation and bring the other person down to a calmer level. This approach not only projects strength and self-mastery but also creates a more peaceful and productive interaction. 5. Nathan Shepard's vocal transformation. Atkinson used the story of Nathan Shepard to illustrate the transformative power of cultivating a pleasant and engaging voice. Despite being told he had inadequate vocal abilities and would fail as a public speaker, Shepard, through sheer determination and persistent practice, overcame his limitations. He focused on strengthening his vocal organs, developing his elocutionary skills, and refining his delivery to create a captivating speaking voice. His success serves as an inspiring example of how consciously shaping one's voice can enhance personality and open doors to greater opportunities. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation, and please remember to subscribe to receive notification of upcoming recordings. This recording is a production of the Vorldrevolution. The video and audio is copyright Vorldrevolution.